So the Mahavidyas, as a concept, it's about these 10 forms of goddess Kali. And these forms, all of them represent some very powerful aspect of Devi. So, Kali, as we said, Kali is time. So there's Kali, there's Tara, there's Bhuvaneshwari, there's Bhairavi, there's Chinnamasta, there is Dhumavati, there's Baglamukhi, there's Matangi, and then there is Kamalatmika, which is the last form. So these 10 goddesses, they all represent different aspects of the goddess. So for example, I'm not going through all 10, but Kali represents time, just as Shiva represents time. So Bhuvaneshwari represents space, like Vishnu, and in the Vedas, there's a concept of goddess Aditi, who's the goddess of, space, which is very similar. So as I said earlier, the concepts of Tantra come from the Vedic scriptures. They're based on the Vedic scriptures, but they expand on them in a different way. Similarly, Bhairavi is potential energy, where she's just, sitting. She's one of the goddesses who's just sitting there, who's not like really doing anything. You understand that there is something that is about to happen. And then you have Chinnamasta, whom we discussed in detail. That Chinnamasta is kinetic energy, motion, there's a severed head, there's a sword in the hand, there's fountains of blood coming out, everything is in motion, right? And then, you have a goddess called Matangi, who's like the perfect balance, who has a sword in one hand, a scissors in one hand, and in the other hand, she has a veena, a musical instrument. So, she's the one who's found the balance of the material world, where, you are supposed to do certain things, but you're also not, you can still enjoy the finer things of life as well. And, Kamalatmika is the final form, which is very similar to goddess Lakshmi, even though all these are forms of Kali, but Kamalatmika looks like Lakshmi. So, it is kind of a evolution from those violent forms, or which could be considered more tamasic, because Kali is considered sort of a tamasic form of the goddess by some people. Saraswati is the rajasic form, and Lakshmi is the sattvic form. So Kamalatmika is the sattvic form. When you've done all that, we've done all that you were supposed to achieve in life, that's when you get that stage of self-actualization, which Kamalatmika represents. So, those Kamalatmika, and in Navdurga, similarly Siddhidatri. So, I think a lot of lessons to learn from the Dash Mahavidyas.